Hey, Patrice, how you doing?
Good, how you doing, Steve?
Good. Obviously, an impressive showing on Sunday. How do you keep that from being kind of a one and done and to carry that momentum into this series with Washington?
I think it's to realize what we did good in that game. It's nothing out of the ordinary. I thought it was just a simple game. We went hard on forechecks. We created some battles. We were on the puck and we got some simple goals as well. Going to the net, shot from Charlie McAvoy. With someone in front. Obviously, a great net drive by Charlie Coyle on his goal. Great play by him. But that's how you want to get back to playing to your identity and your game and create some offense is by simplify your game and playing hard and competing.
Thank you.
Stephen Wino.
Hey, Patrice, you see Zdeno Chara again tomorrow and obviously play with him for a long time. Do you remember kind of what he did in the gym that was so impressive? Everybody talks about kind of his workout regimen so much, but was there a specific time you saw him lift or anything that really stood out to you?
Well, I think it's more the fact that he's always in there. He's always working out and doing something. I think guys were joking around that it's almost like he's trying to touch every piece of equipment that's in the gym. Every time he's just in there and working at all times and doing extra. And it's pretty impressive from a guy that's accomplished so much. But I think that's why that he's still. He's still got that drive and that competitiveness and he wants to get better. So he's always working out and working on his game and strength and whatnot. So there's not one particular thing, but I think it's more the fact that he's always in there doing something.
Joe Haggerty.
Hey, Bergie, just wanted to get your thoughts just on that news that there's going to be some fans allowed in the building in a few weeks. At the Garden, and what it was like at MSG to have some people there and to hear the voices and the clapping and all that stuff, even if it was in small numbers, what it means to you guys as players.
Yeah, no, it was great. Definitely looking forward to it. We all talked about it and how excited, how nice it's going to be to have the fans back. It makes a big difference. Obviously you have to take them out of the buildings to realize how big of an influence of an impact they have on games and. It's just a fact, it's to be honest with you in New York, even though it was a small amount, it made a difference. It was great to have some fans in there, even though obviously they were rooting for the Rangers for the most part. It was just great to have some energy in the building and some atmosphere and definitely looking forward to that at home.
Sophia Yurksevich.
Hi, Patrice. I didn't feel it was appropriate to ask you this after those couple losses, but I did kind of want to get into the mindset of where maybe the rookies are at or some of the younger guys. And obviously I will ask them as well, but I was just wondering when you were younger and really young and just joining the team and the Bruins had a couple of tough games that were uncharacteristic or just not good games. As a younger person trying to make sure you were impressing the veterans or pulling your weight, do you remember what your mindset, was like, maybe your attitude in the room, being quiet, not being, not having too much fun because these losses are obviously, you got to take them seriously. Do you remember like how you approach it, how you tried to show the veterans that you were really trying your best and willing to step up to what role you were supposed to play?
Yeah, no, I think for me, as a young guy, or even now still, I think it's always looking at yourself and what you can bring and do better as a player. I think that's how I approached it every time that, there was a couple games or a phase where things weren't necessarily going for the team. And I think it's about making sure you realize that you're a part of it and that there's something you can do better and look at it and see what it is. And I always go back to the same thing. I know it's cliche, but to me, it's always, there's no point looking to right away to the final result. You have to, approach the games with details and doing the right things. If you're a centerman, obviously you concentrate on faceoffs, concentrate on making the smart plays defensively, and then the rest usually falls back in place because you're in good position, So that's how I think I approach things when I was younger, and I still do now.
And when you were younger, would you kind of look for the lead? Now you are the leader, but to the veterans in terms of like attitude in the room, maybe, you know, like I know you guys are a really tight team now and you have fun when you're winning, the music's going, but at a time like that, did you kind of look to the veterans to see like, okay, when it was okay to kind of, I don't want to say loosen up, because I know you're winning and losing, you guys are always taking things seriously, but I hope my question's kind of coming across. Did you look to the leaders as to when it was good to chill out, kind of?
Yeah, no, for sure. But I think it's more the demeanor, you know, how those guys were handling that situation. If they looked calm and in control, I think it was always reassuring to me and the younger guys. So I think that's how I think I'm trying to approach things as well. You know, as you know, it's seasons where you have 50 plus games. Even though it's a shortened season, it's still a lot of games. There's going to be some phases or instance where, you know, you could have been better, and it's about realizing that you can't get too high and too low, and you know, approach it positively and find ways where you can be better and look forward. So I think that demeanor and staying positive attitude and sticking together is really important. So that's the kind of message that I think needs to be shown by leadership.